My name is John Parker, and I'm a proud superintendent of this amazing district. Well, thank you. Thank you. And we are excited to spend 90 minutes with you. I'm going to share some information with all of you for about 35 minutes. I've got a very strict timer. People are going to get the hook and pull me off because we want to share a little bit about the district and the state of the district. We want our students to know, we want our parents, we want prospective parents. And if you're thinking about being a part or joining the Central Valley School District, we want to answer your questions tonight. And so the important part, in addition to my presentation, is all of the booths and the schools you're going to be visiting. And you're also going to get a chance to talk to a lot of kids, because kids are our best messengers. Yeah. So anyway, and I'm excited for that. What a great evening. It's October 29th, 2 days before Halloween, and there's nothing more exciting when you look around the school than the sense of belonging our kids feel when they walk into a school and people know them. They belong to activities. And one of the things that when we look at this little graphic here, belonging is very important to us, because belonging is where it starts. Belonging leads to strong academic achievement, and we believe that. Our board believes that. So we're going to take a little journey here, and I wanted to share 4 terms that are part of our new 5-year district strategic plan that the board adopted last year. And in that strategic plan, there are 4 things that are enduring that we want our kiddos to be throughout their journey and also when they graduate. It involves being dynamic, adaptive, visionary, and most importantly, inclusive. These are the kind of values that we see. These are the things that we, overarching in the lesson that we are teaching, that are very important to us as a district. And this was also something that our school board was very involved with in developing. So last year when we developed a new district strategic plan, we felt it was very important to redo our mission. Our mission is kind of what is our plan to make things happen, and our plan is to prepare students for a career and life through a high quality comprehensive education in partnership with families and community. Very important component here, families and community, in a safe and inclusive environment. And what happens when we do that? We develop well-rounded, confident, academically prepared individuals who aspire, I love that word, aspire to achieve their full potential. And this last phrase is very important to us, because we understand so many people come back to Central Valley after going and doing their various things. They come back to Central Valley and they contribute to their community. And that's really exciting. Just a quick introduction. I said I wanted to take a moment and introduce our school board. We have several members of our school board here tonight. I believe President Pam Orbaugh is here. Pam, are you? There we are, right over there. And we also have Terry Landa, Director Landa. Where are you at? Right over there in the back. Thank you, Terry. We also have Stephanie Jordan. Stephanie, where are you at? Thank you, Stephanie. And finally, we have Cindy McMullen right in the back here. So can we have a round of applause for this amazing school board? One of the things that's incredible to me as a superintendent is people show up in Central Valley. We build community. And one of the things that's been very helpful for me as a superintendent is the involvement of our school board. So I'm very appreciative of that, and we are a strong partnership together. So strong that we call ourselves a team, the board superintendent team or the BST. Okay? And we're very, very proud of that. So I shared a little bit about the 5-year strategic plan. And what I wanted to kind of highlight is 4 directions that you see on this graphic. And on the graphic, you see that we are pursuing a culture of belonging and equitable opportunities for all. We are reimagining systems and structures. We're prioritizing district-wide support for the whole child. And one of my favorites is launching infinite possibilities. We had a large committee involved. Some of those individuals are here tonight that helped, were very invested and involved in developing this plan. We're not going to go into all of that right now, but in a moment I'm going to highlight something that you can look at to check on all the details of the plan and our progress. But one of the things we have on our website, almost everything is on our website, especially a little document that you can thumb through and see, and that is, we call it our strategic roadmap, but also called a strategic plan. And our main initiatives that we are looking at this year, these aren't the only things we're doing, but we're really focusing on a new school calendar. And guess what? We just approved a new school calendar recently. Board took action, and we really want to just share that with everybody and make sure that we have a slightly different start to the school year next year. We're also going to be looking at cell phones. Why? Because nothing competes for the attention of our students more than a phone. And folks, that's a problem. While it was an opportunity to use it as a learning device, the interest in and attraction to, and the fact that sometimes our students are so drawn to such things on their phone like social media means that we have to take a look at our policies for that, and we are going to do just that. And we have actually a focus group that's going to be starting this year very, very soon. We're also going to be looking at the whole idea of school supplies, because we have for years added and added and added more and more supplies without taking things away, and the list has grown. We feel it's time to look at that as one thing we're going to look at. And we're also going to look at the fee schedule. Why? Because we've charged fees for certain things, not for others. And we're asking questions like, why? How is this impacting our families that have sometimes the greatest financial need? How are we being able to include everybody to belong if there is a fee that's prohibited from doing something like that? So we're going to be looking at these initiatives, but we have many more things. And what I wanted to let you know, you have in front of you 2 party favors here. I say party favors. I'm going to have you hold up the one document. Everybody hold up your Eastern Learning Community document. Hold it up in the air, wave it. That's yours to take. And the reason why it's yours to take is because there's lots of information in there that I'm not going to be able to cover tonight. But we want to let you know that all of the information about the Eastern Learning Community is going to be in there, and some of that information I'm going to be talking about in just one moment. The second thing I want you to hold up is our progress update for the strategic roadmap. Look at you all. You're great students. You're holding it up already. Fantastic. You know, there are 3, I'm really a believer in what I refer to as the ACT philosophy of leadership. Accountability, collaboration, and transparency. I've shared that since I've arrived, and the document on the left is giving you an idea of our progress update on every single thing that we are doing on our strategic plan. You're going to notice that some of the items have not even started. You're going to notice some of the things are done. But we're being accountable to our public, to our students, to our parents, about letting them know where are we on that 5-year journey. So that's another document that's yours to keep. It's a little bit of small print, but we wanted to make sure we got it all in there for everyone to see. The next thing that's always really important is how do we improve communications? Communication, communication, communication. And for some of you, it might be maddening to get a lot of emails. For some of you, it's the lifeline that lets you know what's happening in our schools. Between our website, between your principals and your teachers, and emails and voice phone calls, automated voice phone calls, we're trying to improve our communication along with this publication called The Link. The Link is something that's allowing all of our parents to know what's happening at the district level. Then I want to give a big shout out. Can we have our principals one more time raise their hand for not only the Eastern Learning Community, but also the other options programs? Can they raise their hand? The reason I wanted them to raise their hand is they put a ton of energy into this document, their school newsletter, and that will let you know everything that's going on in their school, events coming up. And the one thing I'd like to do right now is turn to go to your Eastern Learning Community booklet, and I would like you to go to the last 2 pages. I think it's the last 2 pages. In there, you're going to see a comprehensive list of all the cool activities that are happening, events that are happening over the course of the year. And we want you to have those. And it's all based on the Eastern Learning Community of schools. And we'll talk about that. But they spend a lot of time with these because of this desire to make sure we're communicating effectively. So principals, APs, thank you very much for the work that you do on putting the newsletters together. The other thing about communication that we want to share with our parents is communication as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now that little catchy phrase is important because oftentimes our board wants all of you to know that they are always accessible if you have questions. However, when we have a situation that arises in your school, it's not always the most efficient to go straight to the school board. Instead, it might be easy as 1, 2, 3. First, check in with the teacher or the principal or assistant principal. Second, if it's program related, you can make sure you contact a department. And third, if you need to, please contact the district office if you have questions. We want to make sure that we are answering your questions, your concerns, issues in a very timely manner. And what happens oftentimes, if you think, I'm just going to go right to the superintendent, typically what I do is I kick it back and I say, well, thank you for bringing it to our attention. Have we talked to the school? Have we talked to the teacher, the principal? So we just wanted to make sure you understand it's as easy, communication's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now let's talk about also the reason why we are here. One of the things in reorganizing the district, we decided to do something and be very intentional and about aligning our school programs together. Ridgeline High School, this amazing school that was built in 2019 or opened in 2019, is actually part of a whole series of schools and a feeder program for different schools coming into it. You're going to see that Green Acres Middle School and Selkirk Middle School feed into Ridgeline, as well as 4 elementaries, Green Acres, Liberty Creek, Liberty Lake, and Riverbend. And what the whole premise is, if we start being more intentional about a pre-K program all the way to grade 12, where schools and teachers are talking with one another, parents are able to connect with other parents vertically with this feeder pattern, We are making and becoming more efficient with how we're addressing academic concerns, addressing standards, being very intentional about interventions, and also how can we work on the transition from a preschool to an elementary program, an elementary to a middle school program, and a middle school to a high school program. So if we become intentional like this, the whole idea is we are going to form a smaller community and know everybody. And one of the sayings we've been using is that small enough to know you, but large enough to serve you. So it's very important to us. Why? Because the Central Valley School District is 24th largest in the state. Did you know that? Out of 295 school districts. Folks, we're not small. We're big. 80 square miles, big. But what is very important when I was talking with a lot of parents, students, administrators, business leaders, is the adherence to this notion of community and how important community is to everybody. So how could we turn a large district and create this sense that it was smaller? This is how we're doing it. So I want to introduce you to two individuals who are basically the leaders of this Eastern Learning community, and they are standing right over here to my right. Dr. Matt Lambert, if you could wave again, Matt. He would be what is considered, he is our executive academic officer. He could also be considered an assistant superintendent. And he will handle a lot of the things related to the Eastern Learning community. And Matt and I work very closely in partnership. Also working very closely is the person to his right, Miss Lindsay Kent. Lindsay, can you wave your hand? One of the things that was very important for us is we wanted to identify a person that was going to be in charge of all learning programs, pre-K-12, in one smaller learning community. And so there was continuity between all the schools, and one person was the point person. Lindsay is that. And so we're excited to have this model. I put this up. Does anybody know what this is called when you put the words like this? Anybody know what that's called? A wordle. It's called a wordle. And this is important because what you see on the screen represents, in my opinion, the key reasons why a lot of kids are attracted and belong in our schools. And these are after-school programs. Look up there: debate, art, robotics, Falcon podcast, theater, Dungeons and Dragons, STEM, claws, math is cool, chess. And folks, what I'm going to share with you, these hooks, these opportunities for kids to belong are so important. And the board would like to thank everybody for your support of the levy, because the levy helps fund these. So thank you. Can you give yourselves a round of applause, please? Oh, come on, you guys can do a better job than that. Thank you. Thank you. So one of the things in the full transparent outlook, we need to talk what our financial outlook looks like. It's been a tough couple of years. We're not going to pull any punches there. It's been a tough couple of years. But I'm happy to report that we are now on a sustainable path. We had to make some adjustments last year with some staffing that is never easy, because these are the adults that mean so much to our kids. But at the same time, we had to make some corrections. And when we take a look at our overall budget of $250 million, making us probably 9th largest business in Spokane County. A lot of people don't know that, but like 9th largest. You're going to see up here where the revenue comes in, and where a large majority of our money goes out. The money goes out in building up the capacity of our adults to lead teaching and learning, to make sure that our kids are safe, to make sure that they belong, to find out how they engage, to see what we can do to address any academic learning problems. 86% of our budget, not uncommon for all school districts, is going out to people. And so we wanted to share that important stat with you, and then you can see what it also goes out for other items there. In the business world, there are things known as key performance indicators. We call them KPIs. And a fund balance, like you see on the screen behind me here, is a really good indicator of where we are on a sustainable funding or spending path, because a fund balance is basically the money we have in our piggy bank, in reserves. And our board has a commitment, in fact, one of our goals, to get to a fund balance of no less than 8% in a few years. And we're going to work very hard to do that. But you will also notice the upper trajectory based on the yellow dotted line of where we're at. You can see that we're kind of at that bottom point, but we're making some significant growth. And I'm really thankful to a very supportive board, as well as a dynamic and a very smart financial team that we now have. Here's another thing that drives a lot of the financial big picture: student enrollment. One of the KPIs, this is to me as a superintendent, a very important KPI. Why? Because people vote with their feet. Central Valley School District in the Central Valley region, Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, is an incredibly desirable place to move. And you can tell that by the growth. Even though the growth has been kind of bumping along and a little bit flat, for one reason or another, since last year, we just reported this recent board meeting that our enrollment is up over 400 students. And to put that into perspective, a lot of other schools in Spokane County are nowhere near that. So I'm very pleased with that. But with that comes the responsibility of making sure we have space for everybody. So we're going to continue to balance that, but this is a great problem for us to have. And so this is something that we're very excited about and a great KPI. So last February, again, we were very appreciative. Not only did we pass the EP&O levy, we also passed the Capital Projects and Technology Improvement Levy. Thank you, voters. And what I'd like to do is to tell you a little bit about this, because it's a 6-year levy. That means we'll be collecting taxes for 6 years to pay for the following: safety and security, buildings and playgrounds, and technology. Let me dive into that a little bit more. Kids, all the kids here, do you see this? Doesn't it look like in WALL-E, the eye in the movie? Yeah, I see some heads nodding, yeah. I always thought that looked a little ominous, doesn't it? Well, if you look at Ridgeline here, Jesse would be able to point this out even more. You're going to notice we have cameras outside of schools, in parking lots, everywhere, to make sure that we have some of the better technology to be able to go back and look at footage to make sure that our kids remain safe. This is very, very important to our community, and this became very evident when we had opportunities to talk to our community during the levy process. We also are looking at access controls, cameras, alarms, security systems, and we are going to be spending that taxpayer money and showing how we are spending that money, which projects are going to be completed. And we even will have a website that will show all these projects being done. In addition, we're investing just to make sure that our heating and cooling systems are all fully operational, and the money from the levy is basically supporting that. We're maintaining our roofs and our floors through repairs. This, mind you, a levy is not to build new schools. This is to do the things that I'm sharing here, maintenance type, and making sure that we are repairing and keeping things improved, or just taking care of the various things that how our school is running. Repairing, improving playgrounds, pavements, sidewalks, lighting improvements, and this includes even stadium lighting. So when I came to Central Valley, I was absolutely amazed. I came originally, before I came from overseas, I came from a district that was 8th largest in the state. We had 1 stadium. Central Valley has 3. And I say that because you all are very fortunate to have 3. And this is something that the previous board and previous superintendent did an amazing job thinking about what was going to be needed and what's important. And our play spaces are very important. So one of the other things that we had a chance to do, there we go. Playgrounds. Our playgrounds are important. This gives you one example at one of our elementary schools of what it was before and what it is after. I also wanted to show you that we have I always kind of jokingly say we have a lot of plate tectonics going on in our district. Sidewalks lifting up, and that presents a bit of a safety issue, and we need to grind those surfaces down, or we need to replace some surfaces, and that's what we've done here. This is in front of one of our schools, and I show you a picture of the front entrance because safety is so important to us. We know the research behind what we refer to as a safety vestibule that allows for a first and a second mode of entry to prevent an intruder from getting in, and would allow us more time to be able to react according to our protocols that we have in place. We have several schools that still have the old entrances. This happens to be one of them. And we are making sure we're getting those all up to date on the industry standard for schools having a safety vestibule. And I'm happy to report too that our stadium lighting is all been fixed. I share this because some of our stadium light fixtures, we can't buy those fixtures anymore. We can't even buy some of the older light bulbs in there. Can you imagine we're at a football game, Jesse, and all of the lights go out? That would be a little bit awkward. So anyway, we're just happy about this and happy to get on this, and we've already completed the project at U High and also at Central Valley High School. Technology updates, I'll just go over these quickly. Chromebooks, security cameras, desktops, and all of the networking and monitoring devices that go along with them. If you look in any school, you'll notice sometimes up on the ceiling a little white square in the hallways, and those are our wireless routers that our kids are accessing to have the wireless capability. Also, scheduled for the summer of 2025, we are looking at the replacement of 1,300 wireless access points across all of our buildings, more replacement of desktops and laptops, and also the replacement of projectors and document cameras, things that our teachers use quite a bit. I leave this one, I saved the kind of the best for last because, in my opinion, this is why we're here. The academics, we are trying to grow the students, their minds, and we are trying to set them on a career pathway through the academics we're providing in our classrooms on a daily basis. And what I'd like to do just real quickly is show you a couple of progress reports here. First, we're going to take a look at some of the state assessment results. This happens to be our English language arts assessment results. And one of the things you're going to notice when you look at these numbers at the bottom represent averages of all of our schools. Okay? You're also going to notice that it shows grade 3 through grade 10. Notice how we skip grade 9. And you're going to also notice along the bottom here the data for 2022, 23, and 24. And you'll also notice how this is a good, desirable trend in many of these cases. The trend is up. And when you see those averages, you need to understand some of our schools had incredible jumps in achievement. Some of our schools dipped, and we're going to work hard. We have a lot of work to do, because if you look at these numbers, this is still something where we've got a lot of work to do. If only 55 or 60% in general, our students are proficient on the state Smarter Balanced Assessment. So we've got work to do, and we know that, and our teachers are spending time rolling up their sleeves to do that. For math, I want to show you the impact of a new K-5 program that we have called Bridges in Mathematics specifically, and show you the trend. The checkered bar up here is the comparison with the state. I share this with you because, being a former math teacher, the curriculum in front of all of our students, preschool to grade 5, is a highly engaging, hands-on curricular activity that is based on an algebra model. You may think, wait a minute, you're not teaching my kid algebra at kindergarten, are you? Yes, we are. The principles that are put forth in that program in kindergarten, first, second, third grade are models that our kids are using so that they are going to be algebra ready. Why is that important? Because algebra is a gateway class. Success in algebra, just like third grade success in literacy, is a real indicator about how kids are going to do. And so I'm pleased to report we still have work to do, understood there, but I just want to show you in grades 3, 4, and 5 the growth we've had. We've got some work to do in the middle school, and we're rolling up our sleeves at our middle schools to do that. For science, these are our scores. We are also getting a chance to use the new Doris Morris Learning Center for field trips for all of our 5th graders, and that's been a big hit. Talk to your principals about that. But I wanted you to see that. Also, I wanted to call out the fact that grade 11, in high school, some of our Smarter Balanced scores are low, but not every student has to rely on the Smarter Balanced assessment to graduate. There's multiple ways that a student can graduate, but we still like to make sure that we're promoting taking that assessment. What's happening in all of our schools? What are our teachers doing to improve academic achievement? There's a methodology called professional learning communities, PLCs, that each one of our schools is engaged in. What does it involve? It involves teams getting together, looking at some of the student data around ELA, math, science, and all the other topics, looking at what standards they should be learning, seeing what they're learning, what they're not, and how to provide interventions. And it's a very systematic team approach. It starts with our building leadership and goes all the way down to the teachers, interventionists, and some of our classified employee support staff to help out. The other thing I wanted to put up here, and I'm almost done here, thank you for bearing with me here. Here's another KPI for us that is also part of our board superintendent team goals, these graduation numbers. And what I'm saying is, even though these are better than the state, I'm challenging our teams, we can do better. And we are already doing better on this. There's a lot involved with on-time graduation, and we have hired someone to liaise with all of our 5 high schools to improve these scores. Why? Because the number one thing we're trying to focus on is make sure all kids graduate on time. So that was a lot of information. But remember, some of the information is in the booklets that you have in front of you that you get to take with you. And please, if you have someone that you feel might like the information, take the copy next to you if no one's got it. Okay? And so one of the things that we're going to do here in just a moment is I'm going to excuse you, and you're going to get a chance to walk around the room, talk with kids, administrators from the schools in the Eastern Learning community, as well as our choice programs, SVLA, Learning Options, our Micah Peak, SVT. They're all here, and you're going to get a chance to talk with them. But it's really important. Do you see a comment card on your table? Let's do one more thing. Kids, can you show me the comment card on your table and hold it up? Thank you. You may put them down now. We want your feedback. Parents, kids, we want your feedback. We also have a QR code you can click or use your phones with if you want, or you can fill out that comment. We'd love to hear from you how tonight went for you. Well, we are here. It's October 29th, and we are here at the big Eastern Learning Community event at Ridgeline High School. And this is an amazing opportunity to showcase all of the schools that are in the Ridgeline feeder pattern, which include several elementaries, a couple of middle schools, and of course, Ridgeline itself. I'm also joined here with the Executive Academic Officer, Dr. Matt Lambert, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to him, and he can share a little bit about the Eastern Learning community, and so can Lindsay Kent.
Thank you. Tonight, we have the opportunity to showcase how we are engaging students, and that's engaging students in academic programs, as well as engaging them in some of the extracurricular activities at all of our schools, pre-K all the way through high school and beyond. So we hope you enjoy that tonight. One thing I'd like to highlight when we talk about engaging students, as we know, one of the primary ways that students disengage is through this. And something I'm very proud of is that all of our principals in the Eastern Learning community all agreed at the end of last year, going into this year, to not allow cell phones during instructional time. And so kindergarten through high school are cell-free in the Eastern Learning community this year. And I know that we're looking at that as a district initiative this year as well. So I hope you enjoy seeing what each of our schools do to proactively engage. So it's not just about limiting the disengaging tools that are at our students' disposal, but also hopefully you'll get a chance to see all of the ways that our faculty and our schools truly engage our students in the learning and in those extracurricular programs.
Well, I'm glad that Matt talked about student engagement today, because we've been learning some interesting things here about engagement in the Eastern Learning community. We have found that kids who are engaged in school are 500 more times more likely to see themselves as successful learners and 200 times more likely to go to college. So we're excited for you to see some of the ways that we're engaging our kids, both in extracurricular activities and in academics tonight.
And so with that, we're going to turn it back over to Dr. Parker, who's going to play host tonight.
All right, here we go. Kevin, let's walk over to Riverbend, shall we? Let's talk with some of our administrator at Riverbend here. Hey, how are you doing tonight? We wanted to come over and see what you guys were up to and what kind of cool things happen at Riverbend. Are you a Riverbend otter?
Yes, I am.
All right, what do you love about Riverbend?
Well, I love all the teachers here and all the fun activities that kids get involved in.
Okay, I love that too. That's great. What's your name?
Peyton.
Well, it's really nice to meet you. Thank you for coming tonight. And how about you two? What do you guys like about Riverbend?
My name's Kira. I feel like the people there are really nice. Like, they care about everyone, and it's just a really fun place.
Wow, that's a ringing endorsement. I don't know if it gets any better than that. One more time, what's your name?
My name is Mia.
And Mia, what do you like about Riverbend?
I like about how we ASP does fundraisers and helps support other
just a bunch of fundraisers that we do throughout the year, which is really fun.
You guys have an awesome science fair, don't you? Yes, I've had a chance to see that. Well, what we're going to do here is we're also going to talk and allow Principal Jeff Dufresne to talk a little bit about this amazing school. Jeff, come on in here. Jeff, I'm going to turn the microphone over to you. Maybe you can share some amazing things going on here.
Thank you, Dr. Parker. We are Riverbend Elementary. Super lucky to have an incredible community. As you can see in the displays, our PTSA supports us with so many extra things that just enhance the learning of our students. We have incredible staff that take on things like cross country and help with bucket drumming. Our librarians are STEM focused between that and helping students learn the glory and great stuff that comes from literature. You can see we have programmable robots that our kids use, just as an example. And then the other part is the idea around a whole child that our staff has really embraced. And we share a few of the what we call calm down corner activities for kids, sensory needs, and like a breathing ball over there in the corner. And some of our kids, the noise level in places is hard, so we offer headphones for them. And lastly, just want to point out one of our sponsors, community sponsors, George Gee Automotive, every year supports a spirit shirt for our students that's actually student designed. And they provide, this year, 620 of those shirts for our students to wear on Fridays. So we're super thankful for our community and George Gee and our PTSA and our staff. And then you can see our wonderful students, or where the magic really is. So there you have it. That's what I can tell you about Riverbend.
All right. Well, we're going to head right over here. Let's go see what's happening all over here, Green Acres Elementary. It looks like we have a lot of bright, enthusiastic students over here. Is that true? Oh, that's all you can say? Do we have a lot of bright, enthusiastic kids here? There we go. You know, and they are probably led by one of the more dynamic new principals that we have in our district, Mr. Brandon Dunn. Brandon, you want to share a little bit about what's going on at Green Acres Elementary?
Yeah, of course. So this is our Helping Hands Club. And the Helping Hands Club is a service group, really. And they, just this last month, how much food did we donate and items to Spokanimal? Over 800 items we donated to Spokanimal. And this is a very neat thing at our school because often our community really gives a lot to the school, but it's a good opportunity for our kids to give back to our community. So this is our Helping Hands Club. They've done service projects at our school. This summer, you guys did a fundraiser that was a garage sale, right? Yard sale, okay?
And we boxed over 7,000 pounds of squash and eggplant.
You boxed 7,000 pounds of squash and eggplant. So it's a neat thing we have going at Green Acres, and I've just been so pleased to get to be here this year and very thankful. So we love our Helping Hands Club and our two wonderful Helping Hands Club advisors over here as well, who do an amazing job. So we're super thankful.
All right. Well, thank you, kids, for being here tonight, okay? All right, let's mosey over here. We got a bunch of Patriots here. We have a bunch of Patriots, and it's led by their leader, Principal Jen Teskey. Jen, do you want to go ahead and share a little bit about this amazing school and what's going on there?
Yes, I would love to. Hi, I'm Jen Teskey. I'm the proud principal at Liberty Lake Elementary, and I have with me today my wonderful ASBL leadership team. Part of them, we have about 18 students that are in our ASBL leadership. I also have our choir president, Donovan. We have 112 students that participate in our choir. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hand this over to Rory, and he's going to share a little bit about ASBL and what we're doing right now with an all-school service project with Generation Alive.
Hello, my name is Rory, and Generation Alive is a all-school nonprofit food packing event. Every 25 cents equals one meal that we're going to do on December 6th for a whole school event where we're going to pack meals and then we're going to donate it all to a food bank.
And I'm also going to have another student share with you what it means to be on ASB leadership.
ASB is students who help in the morning greet people and do the morning announcements, which tells like all the upcoming events. And we do a lot, and it is very fun.
So our ASB is actually working with Generation Alive, learning all about servant leadership, and so they partner with them as well. And we are just excited to tell you a little bit more about our school. Our big initiative this year is called We Rise by Lifting Others, Be Kind. So we have a big focus this year on kindness. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kids, thanks a lot. You guys represented well. All right. Let's go over here. We've got our next amazing, of course, Liberty Creek. How are you all doing tonight? I can't hear you. What? There we go. And you know, this amazing school located just right over here, just to the east of Ridgeline, is led by Principal Alicia Alsaker. Alicia, do you want to take a little bit of time and describe some of the amazing things that are happening?
I'd be happy to. So we are here showcasing 2 of our programs this year. And our first one is our Meet the Masters. And really, this started when we opened Liberty Creek back in 2017. And it is an opportunity for kids to build a background around art history. And it is ran by 100% of our parent volunteers, where they come in and learn about a different artist, and then the kids get to sign up and participate 3 times a year. So these are just some of the different replicas of artwork that we have learned over the years. And then the next one that I want to showcase, this is our character crew, or character kindness club. And really, this is at the very beginning stages. And really, it's about promoting having good character. And all of these kids today, they got to stick around with us after school, and we painted rocks, and we're going to be doing things with those. But the other piece to this is also they're going to learn about the PACE character trait that's going to be our focus every single month. And from there, they're going to go into classrooms, and they're going to teach their peers what it means to be respectful or diligent in the classroom. And then along with that, they're also going to do a service project. And their first one is around collecting food items for this next month. So those are 2 of the programs that we're highlighting. The other one, I'm going to step down here. And on behalf of the ELC, I would also like to talk about our Early Learning Center. So Liberty Creek originally was a K-2 school, and now we are a preschool through 2nd grade. And this year we have 3 classrooms of pre-K students. And really, this just highlights if we can get kids in at an early age, just to start what it looks like around those readiness skills. So when by the time they reach kindergarten, they are ready to enter into our school system. So it has been an absolute joy having some of our youngest learners start at our school.
Thank you, Principal Alsaker. Some amazing things happening. I think I overheard you just a moment ago about the PACE character. Did I hear a little rumor that 70 kids were interested in a club? Amazing.
What started out to be something really small ended up being that we had 70 kids turn out for it. And so we didn't want to turn anyone away. And so we said, let's open this up to everyone and spread kindness. So
that's awesome. Thank you. I also wanted to just have, you were thought seconds from a clean getaway. Anyway, these are some of our amazing teachers in that program. And I just wanted to ask you a very simple question. What keeps you coming back every day with some of our youngest scholars?
Thanks. Okay. I think this age is the time you see the most growth and the most improvement. And you'll never see this kind of growth again, really this big milestones. And so the love that they have, the excitement, the eagerness that they have to come to school and to learn just keeps me coming back. I just love it.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Anything to add?
No, that was for her.
You got it. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Liberty Creek. Let's go over here. Are we going this way, Kevin? Okay. Let's mosey on over here to our next group. It looks like here are some of our programs and options for families. Our first one we're going to be looking at is Summit School. And we're going to just turn this microphone over to Walt Clemens, the principal there. Walt, do you want to share a little bit about what goes on at the school?
I would love to. Summit School is a little bit different. We are a K-8 school of choice, and we have kids get connected to their learning, so they are leaving the school and the classroom to go out and connect with things they're learning in the classroom. And then we also do Adventure, which is just getting kids out to challenge them to do things they haven't done before. We have first graders or kindergartners doing a kindergarten day camp with our fifth graders being the camp counselors. We have second graders doing an overnighter in the building. We have fourth graders this year that did a space camp overnighter. Our fifth grade teams with a farm up on Green Bluff and go up 5 different times to help them with their farm. And then our sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, who we call our Voyagers, they do a lot with wastewater treatment and do a 6th and 7th grade camp out overnighter in tents. And I've got Ender and Tennessee and Kaya here who are going to tell you a little bit more about the things that we do at Summit.
One of the things that I think is a very key aspect, as Mr. Clemens was saying, is the expeditionary learning and the field work. Because you can sit in front of a teacher and learn about any subject for hours at a time and absorb minimal information. But if you are going out on these field trips and like actually seeing how it works in real life, it's very, very good for like absorbing that information. One of the memorable moments for me was 6th grade. We were learning about water treatment, and we got to go to a treatment plant and we got to see how the water was treated and everything getting taught by professionals. And I think just going out into the real world, seeing these things about the subjects is a very important aspect of Summit.
I just feel like Summit, it's a really great school because it's different. We get to do like so much more things. I feel like we're like way out there. We're not like what Ed says, like we have crew and like we like plan all these fun activities that we get to like bond with other people in our school, and like it's just really awesome. Yeah, and it's just like we have a lot of crew things. It's like compassion and like how we all bond together. Yeah.
I really like being at Summit because I feel like our teachers are more like involved with us and they know what's going on and they ask important questions, and it's not like giving us assignments and having us do it, but it's more of making sure we understand, more hands-on.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing all of your experiences. Really appreciate Summit School. K-8, amazing. Thank you, Principal Clemens. All right, let's mosey on over here. Here is one of the 2 middle schools we have in the Eastern Learning Community, and you can see they wear a very special kind of red shirt. Everyone has one. Now that's belonging. And right behind me and to my left here is the proud principal of Selkirk, Mr. Ty Larson. Ty, could you share a little bit about amazing things going on there at Selkirk and just give our audience a little bit more details about just the amazing stuff you're doing?
Yeah, I'll kind of run through the things we've got here, and then I'm going to hand it over to my yearbook kids because they're really the crown jewel is what I'll call it. Over here, we've got a variety of programs. We tried to showcase just our engagement, so our sports engagement, our clubs that we've got. We open it up for students to come to us with the clubs they're interested in. We also have art, an art class, and an art club as well. Lots of samples there. We do a textile arts class, which some of the samples are here from textile arts. Lots of variety. 2 different CTE courses. One is design and modeling, which you can see a roller coaster, and then a robotics course as well. A couple samples from them. And then finally to our yearbook. The last 3 years running, our yearbook class has been in the top 10% of the nation for just design of the yearbook. They're actually trying to steal some of our templates and models and things that we use within our yearbooks. So I'm going to turn it over to our yearbook class. I don't know if Mrs. Kettner's here, but perhaps she's got some words to say, and some of our kids to talk about the groups that they're in. Mrs. Kettner.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kettner. I'm the yearbook advisor at Selkirk Middle School. And actually, I want to pass the mic to my students because this is their program. So I'm going to give it to Keegan. Come on over. So Keegan is one of our returning yearbookers. He is the assistant editor for our program.
Yeah, I'm the co-editor, and so I don't know what to say. We have 4 main groups in our yearbook program. So we do photography, social media, marketing and sales, and then yearbook design. I myself am in yearbook design with Mackenzie right there, and we basically just put together everything else that all the other groups do. So photography takes the pictures and we put that inside the yearbook. Marketing and sales is in charge of basically funding, like having advertisements, having sponsors, having people just working to help us get that yearbook out. And the social media team, that also helps out with advertisements and sponsors. And the head social media person somewhere right there, Tegan. And that's pretty much it. Does Mackenzie, you want to say something? That's what I thought. And, yeah, thanks.
Hey, thanks a lot for sharing everything that goes on here, especially with your book. Those shirts are awesome. So let's mosey on over one of our other middle schools, Green Acres Middle. And I have to tell you, just like Selkirk, they've got one of the best displays here. And I'm excited to hear about what's going on all here at Green Acres Middle. But probably the best person to share this information is Principal Quinn Lesage. Quinn, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on at this amazing school?
Yeah, Green Acres is an exceptional place to be. One of the things that we try to do at Green Acres is offer as many programs and clubs as possible. I won't go through every single one of them, but we really try to make sure that we meet the needs of as many students as possible by offering a wide variety of athletics and clubs, and really those offerings that complement our regular classes to make sure that our students are getting a very well-rounded, robust education. Couple things I'd like to highlight here is we've got a couple of robots that our classes are working on. One is a candy dispenser. Our students are presented with a design challenge. They walk through the design process, obviously following through with that, and then making sure it's coded to where it's functional. And one of the things that we have not demonstrated here tonight that I think is worth highlighting is we have adopted a system called Supported School, along with Selkirk as well, in order to increase as much engagement as possible. And Supported School offers us the opportunity to, it's a systemic way to celebrate kids, identify kids who might need some hope, and re-engage students in the classroom. And this is our first year doing that, and it's been an exceptionally helpful and productive and positive experience both for our staff and our students. I'm going to walk over here too because we got a couple of good things, and I'm going to let a student, her name is Susie Van Buren, talk us through two things. One is the moon tree, and the other one is what you see on the plate here. This is Susie.
Okay. Hi. So I'm going to first talk about this tree. This seed of this tree orbited the moon on the Artemis 1 mission, and we're the only school or only seed in Washington we're the only school and the only seed in Washington that orbited the moon, which is really cool. And then on this plate here, we have a cow eye, and we dissect a lot of things in science, but this is just one. The pupil is around here. I'm not going to touch it because I don't have gloves on. We've dissected a sheep heart, and we've dissected a frog, which is really cool, and we just get to learn about anatomy of a ton of different objects and living things. Well, of course they're dead after we dissect them, but yeah. And then, yeah, I think I'll turn it back over.
Excellent. Thank you, Susie. And as always, like I said, we really try to design our programs to make sure we meet the needs of students. Our art program is very strong. Our orchestra band has done an amazing job, and we're really excited and proud of the opportunities that we provide our kids, along with the amazing help of our teachers. And so, Green Acres Middle School, these are 4 amazing students that represent a lot of different programs: ASB, orchestra, band, CLAWS, our student leadership, exceptional examples of students that we'll promote. So, Green Acres Middle School.
Thank you, Principal Sage. Okay, let's mosey on over here. We're getting close to wrapping up. We're now coming over here to one of the programs at Ridgeline High School. Ridgeline 2019 opened, and they've never looked back. And one of the things they talk about here, big, inspire, grow, or belong, inspire, grow. And I think one of the best ways to have someone share is none other than Principal Jesse Hard. Jesse, do you want to share a little bit? We've got several booths here, so you might have to do some walking, but I'm going to hand you the mic and you can kind of talk through what we're seeing here.
Happy to share. Thanks, Dr. Parker. Just for your listeners, we opened in 2021, just 4 years ago. And behind me here, I'm going to start with one of my favorite, coolest programs, which is our theater program. Hi, introduce yourself.
I'm Quinn Troy, and I've been a part of Ridgeline's theater for all 4 years now, since my freshman year. Right now we're doing the plot Like Gravy Thickens. You can scan the QR code to buy tickets. We open November 13th, and we're playing till the 16th. I play Allegra Worthington, and yeah, that's our program.
Follow me, but watch your step. Zoom in on that robot there. We're really excited about our robotics club. I'm here with one of our robotics captain, Tegan, to tell you a little bit about what they do.
What's up, Mr. Hart?
How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good.
Yeah. So, what questions do you want to ask me?
Tell us about what you and the teams do, competition, preparation, a little bit about the game.
So, every year we get a new game. So this year we're having to pick up blocks and then place them in different places around the field. We don't have any of the structures out here right now, but here are some of the blocks on the field. And basically, we start in early November. We start catting the robot based off of whatever we need it to do. Then once we get done with that, we'll program it. And so we're just learning how to, build robots. But we're not only learning how to build robots, we're learning how to build a team over here. So it's a lot of teamwork, having to divvy up tasks and, get them all done on time, and learning how to work in a team. So that's a really big part of it, and it's just a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And best of luck to you guys and the team. Go Falcons. Thank you. All right. We've got quite a display here tonight. So I'm really pleased to introduce you to some of our Falcon artists. Girls, would you please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the art programs available at Ridgeline?
Yes, I'm Brenna. And I'm Audrey, and we are 2 representatives here today for the art program. First, we have a lot of different classes here at Ridgeline, including our art, drawing, pottery, painting, and AP Studio Art. Our AP Studio Art is new to this year. And we also have things like Art Club, which are after school, which are a lot of great opportunities for our students to get involved. We also have a lot of different outside things that students can get involved in, like competitions, providing for the community, and also becoming student commissioner for the Arts and Parks program for Liberty Lake after I graduate.
Thank you, girls. Appreciate all your hard work and all of your talent. Super, super awesome. So we were also treated tonight to a very special dessert hosted by our advanced food production class. Mrs. Foster, the teacher, but I'm going to go to our student. Tell us your name and tell us what you've learned, what you like to do in the food cooking classes.
My name is Alicia. I'm a senior, and these were made by our advanced food production classes. There were about 100 of them at the start, but it's a continuation of our intro to food production class, and the classes are we do a lot of like baking and cooking, but it's a lot of like teamwork building too that you don't really get with like math classes as much. And it's a real world thing that everyone is going to use, whether you go into the cooking industry or not. But if you are, it is a great starting point for that too. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Appreciate you. Have a great night. All right. We're also pleased to be very close to kicking off our first ever and one of the first in our district, our own credit union. I'm going to have our two tellers introduce themselves and tell us a little bit of the story about the credit union.
Hi, my name's Scarlett. I'm currently a teller at GISA, and I'll be soon one of the branch managers. So yeah, this is a credit union that will be up in the school. It'll be up by Ms. Demer's room, and we should be hoping to open by December 9th, and then kicking off the official opening next year.
Hello, my name is Rylan. I'm also a teller. And I mean, Scarlett basically said everything that we're doing. This is the concept of the card. It looks pretty cool.
What happens with the card?
So the card's just a normal debit card, but I do believe that every transaction you do, a tiny bit of money will go back to Ridgeline. So it's a good way to support your local school.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to encourage all of our community and students to get signed up so that a little bit of extra money, and then the GISA Credit Union also kicks in a little bit of their funds to support us. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm here with our counselor, Mrs. Kara Twining, who does all things academics and counseling. Mrs. Twining, tell us a little bit about the student services support from counseling and academics.
Yeah, I'd love to. There's so much going on here at Ridgeline. We're really busy with all of our activities. Our academics are high. At Ridgeline High School, we are testing 840 AP testers this year, which is more than any other school in our area. Our kids love challenging themselves. Next year, we hope to offer the full AA degree in the high school, incorporating our AP classes along with Running Start courses. So we're busy giving our students opportunities and more ways to excel. I'll give this back to Jesse Hart.
Thank you, Mrs. Twining. Appreciate you. Follow me, camera guy. We're going to head over here to a really cool program that we started pretty early on in our program. It's our podcast club. It's not just a club after school, but it's also used by many of our classes. I'd like our crew here tonight, introduce yourselves, and one of you tell us a little bit about what Podcast Club does and how podcasts are used at Ridgeline High School.
So I'm Emmy. I'm Emmy from Podcast Club. This is Corey.
I'm Corey. We have our soundboard, our mics, and our cameras here today, and each one can control a different microphone depending on the little wristband or whatever on it. And we have a little soundboard here, and then this is our standard issue camera over here. And passing over to Austin.
Hi, I'm Austin. I just joined Podcast Club. Super cool club. Definitely love the people.
So, in Podcast Club, when we're doing let's say a podcast during only audio, we would put a pod deck question. We would only ask one question from this. Let's say this one. That was a different one. It's gone.
Just ask it. Just ask a random question.
Oh well. Throwback yesterday. Share your most embarrassing moment. We would do that.
My most embarrassing moment? Gosh, that's a tough one. I've got so many. That one time I was on stage and had to do a little dance for a school project, and didn't go well. One, I can't dance. So, hey, guys, thank you. Keep up the good work. Appreciate your time tonight. All right.
Have an amazing night. Bye-bye.
All right, I appreciate the time to introduce you just a few of the programs at Ridgeline High School. But on the way out, I just want to say hi to a couple of our students who run the Nest as well. The girls here were serving drinks, busy serving drinks. Would one of you mind, introduce yourselves real quick and tell us a little bit about what you do at the Nest.
I'm Sophie Shepard, and up at the Nest, we have a student-based enterprise where it's run by DECA members, And basically, it's helpful because we can get real hands-on work to help us in the real world, and we also learn a lot.
What's your name?
Aitana Perez. It's just a really good experience for you to be working in a real environment with like money and everything, like getting good hands-on experience at the nest.
Awesome. Thank you, girls. Have a great night. Thank you for your service. I appreciate the time again. Happy to send it back to Dr. Parker to wrap up the evening.
Jesse, thanks for all of that. That's great. It's so wonderful to know just all the things the kids have an opportunity to engage in, and that's among the many strengths here at Ridgeline High School. Let's transition now, Kevin, over. We have the amazing Student and Family Engagement Center over off McDonald. And we have two individuals here to talk about this amazing place. I'm going to hand it over to Jenna, and she's going to share a little bit more about Safe Center.
Hi there, I'm Jenna, and this is one of our school social workers, Caitlin. We work at the Student and Family Engagement Center, and at the center, we provide some vital resources to families. We have a food and clothing and hygiene bank. We also provide diapers to families in need there. We have a community room and technology center so that families can come in and utilize those supports. Homework help, printing services. We also have laundry services available there for families to be able to come in and be able to just wash their clothes and have that as a resource so that as the students are going to school, they have just the ability to go with dignity and to remove any barriers that families might have to attendance at school. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jenna, and thank you very much for being here tonight and sharing a little bit more about one of those amazing resource and support areas that we have for all of our families in the district. And we have some amazing things coming up, Gifts of Hope coming up, so that's great. Thank you. All right, let's mosey over here to SVT, Spokane Valley Tech. And we have, this is one of our choice programs. And what I would like to do at Spokane Valley Tech is they have a new principal, Amanda St. Pierre, and what I'd like to do is turn the microphone over to her so she can describe some of the things going on at SVT.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, we have our Skill Center programs that run half a day. So students who attend any of the comprehensive high schools in the area can come for a 3-period block, either in the morning or the afternoon, to take some of our programs like our engineering, manufacturing, computer science, fire science. We're also looking at adding a environmental science course for next year. And so we've got some other ideas that are kind of be coming down the line here in the next several years. We've also got a lot of clubs for students to participate in. Brand new this year, we're starting a first robotics club that will be building a robot, which will be really exciting. We've got a lot of students participating in FBLA for the first time at Spokane Valley Tech and Cyber Patriots. So students can come to us in 9th grade and do a full day with us, 9th and 10th grade, and then junior and senior year, they can take a half day and do a half day Skill Center class if they're interested. So keep an eye out for some of the new programs that we're building here at Spokane Valley Tech.
Thank you, Principal St. Pierre. All right, let's mosey over here. We have a quick something here. Micah Peak High School, Principal Camille Yosef is the amazing principal here, and this is one of our alternative learning programs. And this offers a unique experience for high school, located just off of Sprague and right next to our early learning center. But Micah Peak is just absolutely amazing at the work they do with on-time graduation and project-based learning. It's one of our full schools, and it's also one of our programs that kids really gravitate towards. And having these kinds of options is so important for our families because kids relate to other kids, and Micah Peak might be just the school for them, so that's incredible. Let's move along. We also have CVSD learning options. And I want to turn this microphone over to you two, and maybe you can share a little bit about your chart or what happens here.
Okay. Well, so I'll start with Central Valley Virtual Learning. So we serve high school students who want to take courses in a different way, in a virtual way. And so we have our part-time program, which are for students who want to take up to 2 classes in a virtual way. Those students can also attend 4 classes under the part-time program at their local high schools. Then we have our full-time CVVL program. Those students are full-time with us, and they complete 2 courses every 6 weeks. In addition to that, we have our open door program, and I'm going to let Haley speak about that.
Hi, I'm Haley Mills. And our Open Doors program is a new program that we're now offering for students who are severely credit deficient or who weren't able to graduate with their in-person cohort, but still want to seek their diploma through Central Valley School District. So we're able to help them retrieve credits that they have not earned yet so that they can earn their diploma, and then we help them find their career pathway, whatever that may be.
Thank you much. This is an amazing program. Is also meeting the needs of a lot of our kids who need just this type of learning to fill in a course or maybe a whole program. So we're really excited about this program and all the things it affords our families. Yet another choice for everyone. Thank you both. All right. Last and certainly not least, we understand that these at Central Valley Learning Options, they were born ready, and so are almost ready. Thank you. And this is an amazing and unique program, and I'm joined here by some teachers and also the proud principal, Matt Chisholm. Matt, do you want to maybe talk a little bit about the program and introduce the 2 teachers you have with us tonight and just share a little bit about the program there?
Yeah, I'd love to. So at Central Valley Learning Options, we are made up of 2 components. One, we have our parent partnership program, and we have Miss Paula Ward here, who's a teacher within that program. And then we also have a separate program, which is virtual learning program that is housed within the same building. And both of those programs are K-8. And we pride ourselves on providing families some flexibility and also providing options. We realize that not all educational opportunities fit every student. Therefore, we provide some things that are different for families and still meet child's needs. So here I also have Allison Van Landingham, and she is our school counselor. So we do have a full staff willing to support families, and we encourage you to come out and take a look at what we have to offer for you.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you both for being here tonight, sharing a little bit about Central Valley Learning Options. So that wraps it up for tonight, and I just wanted to share with you that one of the big interesting things that is important to Central Valley School District is that we are small enough to know you, but big enough to serve you. And in the Eastern learning community, with all of these amazing schools and all of our choice programs, we know that there's something for everyone. So come join us sometime, visit our schools, because you belong. Thank you.